Now, let me get to the next level. Okay, you are adopted the new regime. You are paying lesser taxes and your money is available with you. Now, what happens? You are looking at investments. You have so many investments available for you today. And those investments generate beautiful and good returns for you. When we talk about the huge investment funds like Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, all those big investment companies are coming into India looking at, investing FPIs, FDIs. We talk about so much about India when we want that money in India. How did that happen? Because those people started not saving, they spent their money and that generated funds, and those funds were reinvested into these kind of, it is like a concept of a mutual fund. Now, Goldman Sachs started from zero. They couldn't have started with $1 billion. And those funds were the savings of so many people put together, which gave opportunities for them to invest in some other industry or some service, which would grow, and those returns they got back, which they reinvested somewhere else to get the same returns in somewhere. So in the same manner, when you think today, when you buy two Qadar shirts, the Khadi Gramyod Bhavan benefits, the government running with the subsidy benefit because subsidy is reduced because you have contributed X to that. And since the subsidy is reduced, the profit of Khadi Gramyod Bhavan goes up. When that goes up, the government can still further reduce the subsidy. That means that amount of subsidy which was being subsidized for growing the Khadi industry can be used to a farmer. Today, when people are talking about how can this government give so much of money to the others, it is because of these type of concepts. So many subsidies were there. There was loose ends. There were, like from a river, it was like everywhere there were conduits. The money was being flown out. Today, when those areas are blocked, and I would say, as a person who's dealt with the subsidy concept, which I have always hated, the subsidies, those subsidies are being reduced. And when those subsidies are being reduced, that amount of money is now available for the government to invest in infrastructure. When you give the government opportunities to invest in infrastructure, you must look at the benefits. Those benefits are enormous. Something my mind goes, wanky when I look at it. It is such a powerful thing, infrastructure. When you look at infrastructure per se, what is infrastructure per se? Let us take an example of a road. Now you are looking at beautiful 6-lane roads where you are able to reach your destination at a shorter time. That benefits everybody. Now previously you had a single lane and a lorry used to take 12 hours from reaching from Chennai to Trichy, to Madurai, to Tirunelveli, etc. Nearly they wasted so much of diesel, so much of time on the roads, they wasted the time of the drivers, the return on that was very, very low, and everything was subsidized because of that. Today you are having 6-lane roads. A lorry from Chennai is able to reach Madurai within 7 hours, 8 hours. Now that means that travel time is so much reduced that you are saving on fuel, you are saving on wear and tear, you are able to, return that the lorry once again back to Chennai within a short time. That a particular word is used, I'm not able to get that, I'll tell you later. And so when the return time is less, that means more services are being rendered. Now it's mind-boggling when you think about it. The amount of returns you get out of that one thing of putting a 6-lane road. And you can imagine, a passenger bus which is going from Chennai to Delhi. It can return back the next day within a short while, and some buses are able to travel from Chennai to Trichy. They take about 8 hours. Within 3 hours, they leave. Another set comes back. So the amount of transportation, the amount of revenue generated for the bus transporter, the amount of employment you can give for alternative drivers and conductors, you can imagine what will be the amount of business you can develop. And that is what the West did. They developed that business. They were able to invest in these infrastructure roads. They were able to develop beautiful cars. They were able to develop good engines, new engines. They were able to develop new type concept of tires. All these things came into being. I'm not talking about don't bring in environment today. I'm not bringing environment. Let's talk about a different topic. We can talk about it later. I'm only talking about how we can use the money that you save out of following the new regime of taxation for your own benefit. Your future children, your grandchildren, they are going to benefit. Today you may not benefit. You may benefit. Our parents invested in many things and we are benefiting. Our grandparents invested and we are benefiting because our parents benefited. So in the same way, unless we take it forward, unless we are willing to invest in our country today, nothing is going to work. We can't always think that I will not pay tax, I will be only saving tax. It's not going to end anywhere because you are not going to benefit, the country does not benefit. Because the amount of returns on your saving of tax is not going to be sufficient enough to you after 40 years. Because the costs are today doubling today. What was 10 years ago, today it is something awesome. See, previously you used to get a kilo of brinjal for 2 rupees. Today you are getting it for 40 rupees. Tomatoes were 3 rupees. Today it is 60 rupees. And they used to say in Tamil, Vengayam. Today Vengayam. Today onions. They are 80 rupees, 100 rupees. So you do not know how the prices are going to fluctuate, what is going to happen, how much money you are going to have, and how much will be able to spend on yourself. So think about all this. So coming back to infrastructure, look at it, tire. Look at a simple thing like a tire. How much of it goes carbon black, for which you require a business industry? How much of employment you are looking at rubber being used? How much of rubber you can develop rubber plantations? How much of employment because you tap rubber? And manufacture of a tire. How much of employment MRF is giving, Apollo Tires is giving, you're looking Goodyear Tires, you're looking at all those things. So much of employment is generated. Think of it, that's because of only one thing, a road infrastructure. I'm talking only one part of an vehicle, a tire. I'm talking only of the things which I know of. A tire, carbon black, rubber. These are the two major things that go into it. The machine to tread those tires. You have to manufacture good machines, good quality machines. Today India is having its own quality machines to manufacture the good carbon black. Philips Carbon Black is supposed to be one of the top 10 companies that are running in India. New companies can be set up to manufacture that carbon black. So many things go into it because we are not able to think, conceptualize. We are in a we are having ideas. We are led by our noses through a tunnel by a group of people who have no thinking about others, who are not giving you the proper education, or what should I say, elucidation for you to look 20 years ahead. Anything in this world you should do 20 years ahead. Because today the world is going so fast. Nobody knew that if you look at it, in the 1980s and 1990s, India never knew what a computer was. In Chennai, there was only one computer which was located in the IIT, and everybody had to take permissions, this, that, in order to go see the computer. And whereas in the US by that time, they were having tabletop computers, they were having fast printing printers, and they were having interlinked computers. Computers are available in every place. Student labs had them. So you can look how they thought about and how we are thinking about. Because of the past, you can't live only in the past of saying, oh, we were poor, we are poor, we are poor, and look at saving. We are not poor today. Think that you are rich because you are rich. That poverty in the mind becomes poverty in action. Because you keep on saving, because thinking that you are going to be poor, you are going to be poor, you are losing the fresh opportunities available in the future. That is where I would say that you should look at fresh opportunities, fresh avenue. Don't keep on cribbing that we should not, the new regime should not come, it is bad, we should continue the old regime, this government is bad, that the FM does not know anything. No, you should change your attitude. How you could benefit from it, how you can think in the future for yourself and your children and for your family. That is how, when you think from that angle, you will see a new picture emerging. And when new picture emerges from front of you, the scenes change because the old picture had the old system. Today, as the picture changes, you are able to see a new set of actors, a new set of colors, the speed at which it moves. All that is changing. So it is your mindset should change rather than looking at maintaining a old thing of saying that the FM should change to come back to the old regime so that India remains at what level it was in the 1960s. It is not that the old regime was bad. The old regime was required to bring it to our level today. 1990s, China broke that old regime, and today you know where it is. It is challenging the world, and it is challenging the largest, most powerful country in the world, which is the US. So, your mindset is what I'm trying to bring. Your mindset should change. You must go back to the old Indian traditions of 2000 years ago when we were seekers. When you start seeking for goals and when you start seeking for opportunities, you will think differently. And when you start thinking differently, then you will see opportunities just emerging, just bursting open. Okay? I'll talk to you later. Thank you.